Yes. So now the upcoming paragraphs, okay, are going to be the list that a householder must be doing, which is technically most of us, okay. So then we need to understand that these rules are for anybody who is below 50, 45, 50, okay. And the one who is around 50, moving towards Vanaprastha, if you're not fully into Vanaprastha, then 50-50. You have to do this also and that also. If you moved into Vanaprastha, then these rules are not applicable at all. And for a sannyasi also, it's not applicable at all. And he's very clearly saying this, he is not quoting this, he is quoting it from the Mahanirvana Tantra, which is a scripture by itself. Okay. He says very clearly that duties are imparted in our scriptures for whichever stage of life you are in. Okay. So then the Hindu life, as he said, brahmacharya, that's what he means, yeah, grahastha and vanaprastha and sannyasa. To each of these stages of life, certain duties are attached. I've been saying this continuously. So no one of these stages is superior to another. Like, vanaprastha cannot tell the householder how much work you are doing, sit down. No, doesn't work. And householder cannot tell the sannyasin, what are you doing? Look at me. No, there is no comparison. There is no big and small. In their stages, they have to do what they have to do. In brahmacharya stage, they have to learn, they have to study. And grahastha, they have to do what now it will come. Okay. Then he says the life of the married man means married woman also, is as quite as great as that of the celibate who has devoted himself to religious work. So one cannot say that, oh, he's a renunciate, he's a, monk, he's great. Yeah, they look great because we are bad householders. That's all. The monks look great because we are not good grahasthas. If we are good grahastha, okay, then we are no less than a monk. Then we cannot say that duty is better than this. Oh, he's an officer, CEO. Look at that. He's making tea and cleaning the office. He is same. There is no difference. Anybody who has little bit of sense will not treat anybody less or more. Everybody is same. Each one does his or her work beautifully. We just need to train them to do that better. Now, a person who does that, I always give the example of my house help, Srinivas. He just left. He is, he's irreplaceable. He is so good with his work that I don't have to go and check anything ever. I just give him the key. He comes and goes, he does things, and that's it. I don't have to check at all. That is his greatness, which I appreciate. Because he cannot do what he does. He cannot do what I do. But does not mean I am superior to him or he is better than me. No, he is superior in what he does. And I should be good in what I do. That's it. There is no comparison. There is no, I do this better than you, what you're doing. No, if that is his ideal, then you have to train him to do it better rather than me trying to do it. Doesn't work. I have to stick to my ideas. And if you know something better, you can teach them. But they stick to theirs. So they're saying, you remove the king from the place and put him on the streets to clean the house or not possible. Even cooking, not possible. But you shift it, they can do it. Can the house help give the Bhagavad Gita session or the Karma Yoga session? No. But does that make me superior to him? Who said? He is doing his work so well. In fact, maybe I am not doing my work as well. How do we know? That is not even a comparison. Our problem is this. बहुत ऊपर है वो, ये देखो कुछ नहीं है. क्यों? कुछ नहीं है. You should say nothing only if they are not doing their work properly. Again, I will say that. Because suppose, no, I am not doing my work properly, then that person is better, at least he is doing his work properly. So then whatever is your work, your ideal. Whichever stage you are in, do it properly. I have been pushing on this because if you don't do it properly, there is no progress. There is no progress. Okay? So then the 4 stages of life in India. What was before that? Yeah. It is useless to say that the man who lives out of the world is a greater man than he who lives in the world. Like, monks are better. Look at this person, sansari, enjoying everything, We cannot say that who is better than who. If they are doing their duties perfectly, then there is no way we can open our mouth. Okay? It is much more difficult to live in the world and worship God than to give it up and live a free and easy life. To live in the samsara, take care of the family, take care of the guru, do your sadhana, do the seva, and plus take care of everything. Maybe go out and help in society, do external seva. Doing all this is not a game. And plus we have to worship God also in all this. Do our own self-work also. So for a householder, I told you it's very difficult because 24 hours seem less. There is so much work to do if we do it properly. Nowadays, it's not happening. 90% of the cases. All bad grahasthas. Because too self-involved. Me and my family. What they are doing, I don't care. This doesn't work for a grahastha. You will see when he speaks, it will be well understood than I telling. Because the grahastha is one, you will know. I will not tell you now. Let us not break the suspense. The 4 stages of life in India have later times reduced to 2. He has just divided it. Brahmacharya, grahastha, all one. Okay, vanaprastha, sannyasa, one. So from 4, he made it 2. So 50 plus and below 50. Okay, for us. But there are monks who are becoming monks at the age of 20, 21, 22, 25, 28 because they tried and it didn't work. They didn't marry. They just went and became a monk. So they are also monks. Okay, so the age does not come there. But once anybody is married, then I am saying 50 below and 50 later. Okay, not for unmarried people. They have time to explore whether they want to become a monk or they want to become a householder. They have a choice. But till they decide, they have to do seva karma for sure. Okay, and self-work, both. So then, he's going to read. The householder marries and carries on his duty as a citizen, and the duty of the other is to devote his energies wholly to religion, to preach and to worship God. So it's very clear what the householder should do and what the monk should do. Okay, separated it out totally. Now he is going to read the thing. Now it is going to be fun. Okay. You only see how many points are given in just one paragraph. There are a few more pages to go. Grahastha should be devoted to God. Knowledge of God should be the goal of his life. Don't write, just underline, it's easier. Okay? And he must work constantly, perform all his duties, and he must give up the fruits of his actions to God. In just 2 lines, clean, bold, everybody. We are nowhere near this. None of us. None of us. That's the problem. That's a huge problem. Now imagine we have to read 2 more pages of this. It's going to be like, thak, thak, one slap from here, then one slap from here. For those who have lived their grahasthas in seva and all kinds of things, they will very confidently go through this because everything is done. All this is done. Hard work is the only solution in grahastha. Hard work, okay? So then, he does say it is the difficult thing in the world to do work and not care for the result. Help somebody and never think that he ought to be grateful. For this, we need the spiritual teaching because we help and then we don't care. We help because that's what my guru told me. That's what my guru taught me, not for anything else. Helpful nature is very important. From I-centric, self-centric to people-centric is a grihastha. Me. No, that one, this one, neighbor, others. No, hundreds of things to do, thousands of things to do. If we step out, we will know. Otherwise, we won't know. If I'm too troubled with my zindagi, mera ye, mera wo, we'll never do anything for anybody. Never. And then we are a bad grahastha and we are not, done anything in our life, which is sad. Now, that was one point. Okay. So he has to work without thinking of the fruit and then help without thinking that the other person should be grateful to him. Okay. To do some good work and at the same time never look to see whether it brings you name, fame or nothing at all. So don't do anything thinking, isse mujhe, everybody will praise me. If I do that, I will be applauded. No. Just do work for work's sake. Because we are grihastha. Now, even the most arrogant, there is no need to underline this is an understanding. Even the most arrogant of cowards becomes brave when the world praises him. Hota hai aisa. No, people praise and then we start developing those horns and start thinking we are something. Or nobody needs to praise. We look at everybody and think, oh, these are nothing, I am better. That is also a problem. Or we think, oh, they are so superior, I am so inferior. All this is nonsense. Remove all this from your mind. A fool can do heroic deeds when the approbation of society is upon him. But for a man to constantly do good without caring for the approbation of his fellow men, acknowledgement basically, is validation, as we say, of his fellow men is indeed the highest sacrifice man can perform. This happens in spiritual circles maximum, because so much seva is done that it is never spoken of. Never spoken of. They don't say, and nobody says. And nobody knows. The world never knows that this much was done in this house, this much was done in this place. Today in Wednesday session, I had to openly speak up and say what each one has done, which is seva. And they've never opened their mouth about it. And nobody knows, the world doesn't know. That is their greatness. But somebody has to come up and show that greatness so that the world can see, oh, this is there. We never knew. How will people know if it is not shown? So then somebody has to take up that headache on them and open up the secrets behind the scenes. Okay? See. So then the highest sacrifices can perform. Okay, that is done. The great duty of the householder is to earn a living. Now this we need to underline. Every householder is supposed to earn a living. So here, the times that Swami Vivekananda was, he was mentioning mainly for the men, wherein the men were supposed to earn a living and the women were supposed to educate the children and train the children, take care of the parents and take the family religiously in the right direction. Okay? Even now, it's applicable. You can, if you think you're not a burden, okay, but I would advise that anybody who has a child has a reason to stay at home, has old parents, has a reason to stay at home, who doesn't have none of these should work. It's idling away life and time. So then, because we are afraid to leave the girl child somewhere, it's risky and we can understand all that. So you may leave your job. But otherwise, you have to work and contribute to the society, to the family. The family doesn't need the money, contribute to society. Earn, give the money. Give it up. But you have to work. There is no way you can idle away your life. There is no way we can do that. You can do any work. Any work. Work from home, work from online. Nowadays, so many options are available. You can go out and work. Even the girls who were recently married, and I told them, until you get a child, go and work. Don't sit in the house. Work. Do something. Do something or study. Further studies. If you're very young, further study. That's if they're 21, 22, 23, we can understand. But later on, they have to work. If there is a child, if there are parents, then it is understandable that both of them are sharing the responsibilities. One will get the money, one will take care of the family. It's a pact. Not until then. Okay? And if there is someone to take care of the child and you want to go and work, surely you should work. Why did we study otherwise? Education is not for wasting. So the next thing is the great duty, is to honor living. He must take care that he does not do it by telling lies. So in your workplace, no telling lies, no cheating, no robbing others. Okay? This is very important. Straightforward, clean conduct in the office. Okay? And one must remember that his life is for the service of the God and the poor. Okay, we are speaking of grahasthas here. Everybody needs to underline this. Your life is for the service of God and the poor without neglecting your family, without neglecting your duties. You have to be able to. So then I will suggest that in the Dinacharya we can make a change like weekend, Saturday and Sunday. One of the days, one day for family and one day for seva. Go to orphanages, go to old age homes, go anywhere. Mentally retarded, go there, do the service for 2-3 hours and come back. If you don't have money, do the service. You can serve them, help them, do something there, do and come. Spend time with them and 1 or 2 hours for some ashram or temple. This is the minimum we can do as a grahastha. Minimum. It is very, very clear how we need to treat our parents. We are forgotten. Right? We have forgotten how to treat our parents. Actually, see, I'm not saying go to that level because earlier it was like they would enter the room and wait till father says sit down, we will never sit. Okay. Now this respect is there with the guru is what I have observed. Okay. Or somebody who you feel is your teacher or something. At least it happens in our house. All the children who come, they don't sit unless I tell them to sit. They just don't come and sit down on the chair or sofa. They will be standing until I say, why are you standing? Sit down. Then they will sit down. This I have noticed. But please be little more caring to your own parents also. Is my request. Because you are here because of them. Otherwise, how you are in this session also today? It is not possible. So, Guru Mata Pita. The first Guru is your mother, your father. However they are. Especially mother. Because she gives up literally her life for you. She can do anything for you. In some cases, both, okay? Even the father is much ahead in giving up, doing anything for the child. So I'll suggest just be more, prayerful towards them. Don't be rude to them, okay? Don't be, don't be angry and, say some nonsense to them. Speak nicely, have respect, and don't crack ugly jokes or some nonsense and loose talk. Don't do that for them, okay? You can share a joke if they're enjoying it, you're enjoying, but it shouldn't be on them. Shouldn't be on them, okay? And okay, don't bow down because we don't even bow down in a temple nowadays. So if you bow down in front of your parents, they'll put you in the mentally, ऐसे पागल हो गया लगता है कुछ तो हो गया हो. Because they are not used to it at all. They should have been used to it, but they are not. They probably didn't do it because we didn't observe them doing it. So then we also grew up like that. But if you still feel you can bring a change, it's always possible that you show so much respect to your parents that your children who are growing with you will naturally show that respect to you. Don't expect that I treat my parents anyhow and my children will treat me nicely because I am good. Who told you you're good? We only think we are better, no? Than our parents. No chance. No chance. We are not better than our parents. Our parents were much better than us. Any day. Any day. Keep this in your heart that my parents are better. My parents are good. My parents gave me this. Whatever they gave me, it's enough. I am standing today. I am on the spiritual path. Surely some sanskara has come to me through. I'm not saying go and do any arti puja, but respect them. Try not to be a hurtful or rude to them. This much though we can do of this whole lot. Okay. And yes, this is very important, this paragraph. If the householder has food and drink and clothes without first seeing that his mother, his father, his children, his wife, and the poor are supplied, he is committing a sin. And this is happening. We are all committing a sin, technically. We have to make sure that, see, the parents are ashrit to the children after a point. Right? So the daughter-in-law, son-in-law, son, daughter, all of this. So first we have to check, Mommy, Papa, have you eaten food? Okay. Next, bache log, have you eaten food? Good. Now, the wife or the spouse, have you eaten food? Will you be eating now or later? Okay. Depending on how it is, then you go and eat your food. Otherwise, again we are making a mistake. Parents have not eaten, gappa gap we are eating. Sin. This is called papa. Okay? We're not supposed to do that. The mother and the father are the cause of this body. So a man must undergo 1,000 troubles in order to do good to them. So much pain you should be able to bear to do little good for your mother and father. Why? Because of their sharira, I am here today. So even if you have to undergo little trouble, it is fine. It's your parents. Tomorrow our children will dump us. We have to remember it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Okay? And the first thing is we have the first duty now. As soon as you're getting married or married already, is towards your spouse. You have to do your duties to them. Whether you love them, you don't love them, like like earlier, 5 years, there is no honeymoon. Honeymoon only in the first few months. Then honey is there and moon is there in the sky. And there is no honeymoon. So why should I? No, you should still do your duties. Who told you to marry? Now you're married, now you do all this that is being listed out here. Okay? Do your duties because it's not a punishment. It's a completion of your role. It's a completion of your dharma. Cooking for the other, taking care of the other. This is all part of life. Part of life. You have to do certain things. It does not make us less. It makes us more by doing for them more and more. For your in-laws, taking care of them. If they are old, doing something for them. This makes us bigger and bigger and more in us as human beings, not compared to anybody. Now, the next paragraph. Next 1, 2, 3, full 4 paragraphs. Duty to your spouse. Let us not be very much man-centered here, centric. So, duty, you have the duty to your spouse, which you cannot neglect. Okay? No man should scold his wife. No woman should shout at her husband. I am adding this so that it does not become like, array, this is all for men, let us just enjoy the game. No, little bit we have to do also as women. I'm not saying as much rules are applicable more for the men in our culture, less for the women. Women are understood to be naturally doing more. Okay, so no more pressure is not there. No man should scold his wife. Underline, highlight, put this statement, take print out in bold and in your room, everybody. Okay? Because I will get reviews from your wife. I will talk to them. So especially the young ones, okay? All 3 of you. So then, be very careful. Don't scold them. As soon as they were married, even before they were married, this is the first thing I had told them. This instruction was already given to them. No scolding the wife, treat her nicely. This is your duty. And they were like, oh, auntie has started a lecture again. But now Vivekananda had already told this, okay? So then, no scolding, and no, the woman also, don't shout back. Speak what you have to speak. No need to shout. And always maintain her. Now look at the twist. As if she were his own mother. Why? Because the son loves the mother the most. Whether he shows it or not. He loves the mother. Ma pehle. Ma is first. So even Ramakrishna treated his wife, he used to call mother. They never consummated their marriage. Ramakrishna. So it was always, both of them were saints living together. Okay? That I'm not saying for any of us. Ramakrishna is Ramakrishna. You all have to do what has to be done in the marriage. Okay? He basically understands that treat them very lovingly. Very lovingly. Okay? And even when there is a lot of stress in the office, too much traffic, boss has shouted on you, thrown you out of your job also, you cannot show it out on your wife. You have to deal with yourself. Okay, you cannot start blasting at her. No. Okay? And do not think of another woman when already you have a wife. Be honest and straight in your relationship. Okay? Next is, don't talk improper language in front of women. So no bad words, no abuses, nothing. No dirty language, nothing. Okay? And never brag of your powers. You know, I did that in office. I did this in office. Who's asking you? You are not supposed to brag about your greatness or your power in front of generally women and also your spouse. Next, householder must always please his wife with money, clothes, love, faith, words like nectar. I'm sure everybody gives money, clothes, love is questionable, faith maybe, but words like nectar, no. Everybody said no, means all men are ruled out. So sad. No? So Vaishnava, you are speaking words like nectar with your wife? Very. I've heard him speak. That's why I asked. He speaks very sweetly to her. Very, very sweetly. And very softly. Very softly also. And to us also. So that's, he has got a good background. And he's learned and he's continuing the learning. Never to do anything that will disturb her. Disturb your spouse. Don't do anything to disturb your spouse. This is applicable for all of us. And when it comes to the earlier part, we must try the best to keep the husband happy. And we don't need to give money or clothes or anything, but we can love, be faithful, and speak nicely to them. This much we have to do. And yes, we can be in our moods during our monthly cycle and shout on that day, which is fine. But rest of the time, we have to have some decency in our conversation. That's all. Okay? And the man who has succeeded in getting the love of a chaste wife has succeeded in his religion and has all the virtues. A chaste wife is a very faithful, devoted, loving wife. They're lucky. Such boys or such men are lucky.